And today we're going to be speaking about how to avoid scams. And kia ora whānau. So welcome to That NFT podcast. I am your host, Kieran Headley. There's a lot of scams going on in the NFT space at the moment. Unfortunately, a lot of these issues haven't been resolved as of yet by platforms such as OpenSea. All right, and Looks Rare and Rareable. All right, these are some of the big Ethereum platforms, marketplaces that you can go and buy your NFTs from. So we're going to speak about what to do to help you to prevent from being scammed. Okay. Now, this is never guaranteed, right? Because there's so many different ways that people can scam you. It's the same as there are so many ways that people can rob you, right? You could have the best security system in the world, but if someone's going James Bond on you, all right, or Tom Cruise on you, you're still going to get robbed, all right? Now, the point is just because it's tech-based doesn't mean it's impossible for people to rob you. It can still happen. Are people going to target you? Probably not, all right? That's just, I'm sorry, but yeah, maybe you're just not quite important enough for all the big dogs to go after you just yet. Maybe you are. Maybe you're listening to this, and if you are one of those big dogs, hit me up because, I want connections. But with that being said, you're probably going to be pretty safe either way in MetaMask in general, which is, of course, the wallet of suggestion, usually from my end, just in terms of it's a great tradable wallet for your NFTs. So it's easy to buy, sell NFTs, and even as well trade some cryptocurrency, although I do not recommend it with MetaMask because it has expensive fees. So we'll talk about how to avoid scams, how to ensure that you don't click on the wrong links and then get scammed. And I turn my dishwasher off. There we go. So yeah, we're going to talk about a few different things that you will want to ensure you are doing. And some of these things you probably won't even know. So let's delve into it. All right. Now, the first thing that I want you to know is that if you go onto your browser on MetaMask, okay, and I want you to do this quite literally as you're listening to this, if you can, if you're not driving, all right, go onto your wallet on a browser on your computer, okay, whichever browser you use. I use Google Chrome, and you want to click the three dots in the top right corner once you've opened up your wallet, and then you go down to connected sites. All right, now you'll see a bunch of sites that you have connected to in the entire lifetime that your MetaMask has existed on that browser, particularly so long as you haven't been here yet. And you are wanting to go and then press the rubbish bin, disconnect on every single one, including OpenSea. Reason being is because then once you've disconnected, they cannot access your wallet, right? So for example, if a site that you minted something off, or you just connected it to it because you wanted to explore the site, got scammed, okay, for any reason, then they will have access to your wallet if that site got scammed. So it's just being careful, right? This is a fantastic step that I only just learned really recently, but it's an important step. Next thing you want to do to ensure you don't get scammed, when you're on Discord, all right? Discord is the king of scams. Now, Discord itself, you're fine, it's safe, it's a safe place. In fact, it's very difficult to actually get scammed on Discord, but unfortunately, people that are new to the space can actually very easily fall for the scams. So if you get DM'd messages, meaning they direct message you, all right, and they say, click on this link, you get access to minting this thing that is freaking 2 floor ETH, right? And we're selling it to you for 0.9 ETH. Oh, massive scam, right? Now, some of them look very real. Even the websites look very real. Even they add the actual Discord link in the message and they send it to you so it looks actually official. That is a scam. No project will ever DM you. Ever. They will only ever message you through their own Discord on the actual public Discord server itself. That's the only time. Unless it's Collabland. Now, be careful. There are actually people that will actually call themselves Collabland on Discord and then message you, right? And say, click this link. Do not click that link, please. Especially do not connect your wallet to that link. No. So how do you know that a link is an official link? Well, one thing's for sure is if you go to just about any Discord server, you'll find that a lot of them will have a section called official links. All right, so you go to official links and it'll tell you the exact website that it is. Make sure you use that website specifically. The other thing is if you go to their official OpenSea. Now, there are fake OpenSeas as well. In other words, fake projects that are just copies of other projects and you're like, oh my God, it's so cheap. I better buy it, right? Yeah, well, it's probably fake, all right? And how you know it's fake is because the volume of items doesn't match the volume of items that have been released unless they have a staking system. If they have a staking system, then the numbers will naturally be less because they've taken it from OpenSea and put it into the website, and then therefore it's no longer on OpenSea, right? So then the numbers come down, yes. But for the most part, the numbers will generally match the numbers that they've announced, right? So if it's like, a 10,000 item project, then you're going to expect 10,000 items on OpenSea, right? And then all the fake ones will have different numbers, most likely. Now, the other way you know is it's when you're on their official website, and how you know it's their official website is you'll find it connected to their official Twitter and official Discord. Okay, so this is how you know like these things are official. Now, on their official Twitter and on their official Discord, you'll find their official not just website but also their official OpenSea link. Plus, if you find your way to their official website, their official OpenSea will generally be linked there as well. So these are ways that you can ensure that you're going to the official places. Plus as well, if you're a very careful investor, then you're probably only wanting to invest in projects that have the blue tick on OpenSea. So they're verified projects and they must have had done over, I think it's like 1,000 Ether in trade volume or something like that, and met a few other requirements on OpenSea in order to be verified by OpenSea. So for the blue tick on OpenSea. And then it's an official project as well. But of course, until they've met that bar, right, new projects aren't going to be verified. So therefore, unless they've got inside connections in OpenSea, and yes, that is a thing that's actually quite common, then yeah, they're not going to be verified. So of course, most of the projects I invest aren't verified yet, right? But it's because I know how to find an official, of course, project, right? So that's a lot of the stuff that we're talking about here. Now, those are all ways to ensure that you don't get scammed in that way. Other ways is if you get, DM'd on Instagram, direct messaged on Instagram. That's another one to be careful of. All right. Now, there are many official ones out there, but there are also many scammed ones out there. So another one to be careful of. You'll get direct messaged on Twitter as well. All right. Some projects are just trying to promote, right? So they're using a bunch of assistances and a bunch of bots to message a bunch of people saying, hey, here's our project, come and invest, right? And yeah, you can go and invest if you wish, right? But there's also some that are scams as well. So it's just being careful, right? And how you know it's an official is, of course, you find the official Twitter, right? That's usually the best way to go. And always, check what kind of people are behind it. If you don't know who's behind it, then it's probably not a project I'll invest in. That's just me. So these are all ways to, be very careful. What else? They're really the main ways, honestly. I mean, the other way is, of course, you can get a cold wallet. I don't even have a cold wallet yet, and I've got over $100,000 in assets sitting in my wallet, and I don't have a cold wallet, right? But what is a cold wallet, Kieran? Well, a cold wallet is essentially something like a hard wallet where you buy something like a ledger. So a ledger, if you go into Google and you literally type in LEDGER, you'll find that it will come up with a USB thingy mabob on the internet, and it'll say $129. All right, that's probably USD, I'm assuming. And yeah, you probably want to get the Nano XO, which is 287 USD, I believe. And that just means that you can store your NFTs somewhere that is not connected to the internet at all. It's quite literally in a hardware device that's not connected to Wi-Fi or anything like that. So it's very, very safe. And then so long as no one steals your ledger, then, it's very, very safe. I would lock that shit up if I put it in a ledger. Be very careful with it. Another one is Trezor. Okay, so TREZOR. If you just type that into Google, you'll find that. And a lot of people are trying to compare Trezor versus Ledger. Trezor's great for Axie Infinity, right? So great for the gaming NFTs, I believe. Ledger, I actually would probably be better for me personally, based on the research I've done for them anyway. But you can do your own research on that. Reason why I'd go Ledger is just simply because the number of assets I can store on there seemingly are more. But also as well, if you go for the cheaper ones, if you're doing cryptocurrency, it doesn't store a super large number of different assets, right? So the amount of a single asset, yes, you're fine, but different assets, you're going to want to make sure that you get the level up of a cold wallet. So those are ways that you can prevent being scammed. I mean, the other way is, of course, just not to buy anything, but I don't suggest that at all. Now that's it, guys. I mean, that was a very short and succinct episode, but that's how you can ensure you don't get scammed. Yeah, I mean, there are other systems that are constantly coming out. If you literally just go to YouTube and you type in the words "how to not get scammed" on my MetaMask, or how to not get scammed on OpenSea, all right, there, some results might show certain programs that you can actually download to enhance the level of safety. Oh, one other way that people have been scamming people, this is another one actually I forgot to mention, is if your asset has ever been listed on OpenSea, and it doesn't even have to have been you that has listed the asset, right? For example, my Karma Kiwi has never been listed on OpenSea. It just simply is there, right? People have, tried to bid on it, tried to, they've made an offer on it, but no one's actually, it's never been sold, never been traded. It's just simply, I minted it, it's existing on OpenSea, and I've never tried to sell it. So therefore, it is sitting there as an asset that's very, very safe and can't be accessed because it's never been transacted through OpenSea. However, if anything has not just been transacted through OpenSea, but if anything has ever been listed on OpenSea, which means that there was an opportunity for a transaction, people can scam it. This is a scary thing, by the way, guys. And reason being is because they can access a form of code. I don't know exactly how it works, but essentially that form of code can access that purchase, okay? And yes, they have to buy it. They actually have to transact, but they can actually access that transact opportunity from a previous time. For example, someone's Bored Ape, which was once upon a time listed at less than an ether, right? Which is nothing for a Bored Ape, right? And he bought it. I think he bought it then or something like that. I don't know what happened. Something like that, or he bought it much later. But of course, a Bored Ape's minimum floor price is something like 100 ether, right? And what's 100 ether right now in NZD? If I go 100 ETH to NZD, it's something like, 500K, something like that. I don't know. I actually just want to check just to be sure. Yeah. So no, I take that back. It's, so $456,000 US, NZD, sorry. And then USD is, because we have both types of people listening, 302,000 USD. So that's the general floor for Bored Apes. Might have fluctuated since I last looked, but that's what it was when I last looked. That's for the cheapest Bored Apes. Now, a lot of them are, well over $1 million as well. And someone came in and bought this for under an ETH, and people are freaking out, wondering how the heck they did that. And that's because they were able to access a previous listing of that same asset at a different stage, even though it wasn't listed anymore at that price, and they were able to transact it then, and then they were able to flip it and made a lot of money, which is very scary, right? So you want to be very, very careful. Now, so how do you avoid that? Well, you avoid that by like I said earlier, disconnecting your MetaMask so they can't actually access. That's one way. I don't know if that's foolproof with that particular method. That's only if you've got something like, a Bored Ape or a Punk or something like that, that's worth that amount. I mean, my VFriend will probably be something that I'll definitely never put up as a transaction until I actually genuinely want to sell it, rather than, trying to, put it 10 ETH above the floor, hoping it sells and then being like, oh, it didn't sell. Okay, I'll take it down. No, we'll never try that because, I'll only ever sell it if I know I 100% want to get rid of it and want the money. The other way is to put it in the cold wallet, like I said. So getting a Trezor or a Ledger and putting it there, and then you're nice and safe with your asset. So these are all ways to be very safe. I honestly don't think that there are honestly other ways that you can do that. There haven't been any suggestions to my understanding anyway, but there's the best way is definitely to make sure that it's in some sort of wallet. So even though they might try to access the transaction, they're not going to be able to access the asset. But I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure because this has been proven, but I'm pretty sure that so long as you disconnect your wallet from OpenSea, you should be fine. But don't take my word for it. Get a cold wallet. I still need to get one. I still need to do that. But any of my big NFTs, any of my big assets haven't ever had a opportune transact been put up. No sale has gone through or anything of those, so I think I'm pretty safe with them anyway. So with that being said, guys, if you found this helpful, please share it. Give us a nice good old rating on iTunes or Spotify. I think you can rate on Spotify. I don't think you can actually. And YouTube if you're watching it, okay? Because we do YouTube as well, which is amazing. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it means the world, and it really does help us to grow and reach more people and help more people. That's why I'm doing this. I mean, quite literally, I decided, end of last year, I'm going to run this podcast and I'm just going to see where it goes and see if there's any purpose in continuing it. And I'll just see what opportunities come because of it. The main intention was just because I'm passionate about NFTs and because, well, that's quite literally it. I was just saying to my mate Steve, who I've had on this podcast, hey bro, I'll just do this, podcast. And I mean, if people start offering me, free NFTs, that's dope. That was quite literally what I said, something like that. I haven't been offered any free NFTs yet, but I don't really bother. It doesn't bother me. I'm just happy to be doing this show, honestly, and be seeing people enjoy the show, get a lot out of the show, and make great investments and make a great return. Honestly, that's more than enough for me. So very happy about that. Yeah, if you guys ever have any questions or want to reach out or have suggestions, reach out to me at that NFT podcast on Instagram. All details are in the show notes. And finally, something that I will share is I am as well running a program on anxiety and overwhelm. So if anxiety and overwhelm is something that exists in your life and you're wanting to not just overcome that in a guaranteed way, because I completely 100% guarantee it for people, but also get an NFT, which is why I'm sharing it on this podcast. Also get an NFT on completion, all right, which is going to be, I'm going to make sure that it's valuable. I'm going to make sure. And this is going to be the only way that you're going to be able to access one of the first 100 or first 500. I haven't decided how many OGs of this NFT I'm going to do just yet, but it's going to be a very small amount. And then I'm going to do a secondary, and that secondary is going to get airdropped to the OGs who own the first asset that I've put up for offer for those that have completed my coaching. So not only the clients that I've already worked with, but also as well those that complete the specific program, which will be the cheapest program that I will do going forward. You can quite literally not get anything cheaper than that with me because of the amount of value that I offer in it. The fact that you get an NFT at the end, you get pipes along the way as well. And this is all included. Plus, I guarantee it, right? And if I'm to guarantee it, you know that it's going to be a program that I'm going to assure that I'm going to get you there no matter what. All right. And also, although it might seem like, a bit of a investment for some people, for sure, it is still, for what you get, it is a very, very, very valuable, honestly, cost to value. The ratio is insane. I'm just going to leave that there, and you guys can decide if you are interested in learning more. Just reach out to me at Coach Keza. You'll find my link to my bio on my That NFT podcast bio. So with that being said, guys, enjoy your day. Lots of love. And I'll see you guys next time. Looking forward to it. I'll catch you guys. Bye.